Today, we bring you an important update on the heart-wrenching story of Daniel Williams, the young man who tragically died inside Staten Correctional Facility. New details have emerged, shedding light on the alleged brutality, systemic failures, and his family's ongoing battle for justice. Previously, we reported on Daniel Williams, a 22-year-old who entered the state prison system in July 2023 after pleading guilty to assault and theft charges. He was set to be released on November 9, 2023, but his release turned into a nightmare for his family.
On the day of his scheduled release, Daniel was found in critical condition, with his family initially told he had overdosed. However, new revelations indicate that Daniel had been tied up, beaten, tortured, and sexually assaulted for about 3 days. During this period, other prisoners in the crowded open dorm either failed to timely notify guards, or the patrolling guards knew, but didn't do anything out of sheer negligence or inhuman indifference. Daniel's family saw him in the hospital. They were in disbelief. His face was bruised. He had ligature marks on his wrists and ankles, and indentations on his head. This was clearly not an overdose. Following these shocking discoveries, Daniel's family filed a federal wrongful death lawsuit against 3 wardens and the commissioner of the Alabama Department of Corrections. The lawsuit cites a 2019 Department of Justice report that found conditions at Staten Correctional Facility to be unconstitutional, with severe understaffing and overcrowding leading to violence. In a decisive move, the Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against the Alabama Department of Corrections in 2020, condemning the systemic failures to shield prisoners from violence and abuse. As this legal battle weaves its way through the courts, the harrowing conditions that led to Daniel's tragic death have been known for years, alongside the monstrous figure accused of taking his life. Emerging revelations from the lawsuit cast a stark light on the prison's negligence and the perilous threats posed by inmates such as Lamont Montel Wilson, who has been referred to as a rape machine. With a documented history of violence and sexual assaults, Wilson has been identified as the alleged assailant of Daniel Williams. Yet, in a grievous oversight, Wilson faced no disciplinary action, leaving Daniel exposed and defenseless against such a formidable menace.
In stark contrast to Wilson, Williams' crime was minor. He was serving a brief prison sentence for second-degree theft of property, a Class C felony involving items valued up to $2,500, or a firearm, narcotics, or livestock. This offense carries a mandatory sentence of 366 days. Tragically, Williams was mere days away from his release when Wilson allegedly brutally tortured and raped him to death.
A routine head count should have discovered that Williams was missing from his dorm and could have saved him. Williams had been drugged, tied to Wilson's bed, and raped for days, until an inmate belatedly reported his condition to the guards. It was later determined he had also been smothered and was brain damaged. Outrageously, neither Wilson nor anyone else has ever been charged with a crime for the murder of Daniel Williams. Per the lawsuit, documents expose administration negligence and meticulously detail the ultra-violent history of Lamont Montel Wilson, also known as Inmate X. According to Incident Report SCCF 15-00491, on April 15, 2015, inmate McGregor was discovered slumped over on his bed, unresponsive and drenched in blood. He had sustained multiple stab wounds to the head, neck, chest, back, and arms, necessitating immediate transport to the Free World Hospital. Officers found inmate Wilson in possession of blood-stained clothes, and the weapon used in the assault was located in a trash can outside Wilson's cell. After interviewing 18 witnesses and gathering information, Wilson was identified as the assailant. However, a motive for the attack was not determined. As of June 2, 2015, there has been no disposition regarding the disciplinary action. The suspect, Lamont Montel Wilson, Inmate number 255290 has a notorious history of violent criminal acts within the Alabama prison system. Between 2017 and 2022, 9 separate inmate reports were filed against Wilson for sexual assault, some involving additional violence such as stabbing. These assaults were reported at Donaldson, Fountain, Ventress, Bullock, and Limestone correctional facilities. In a glaring failure of the Alabama Department of Corrections reporting system, despite inmates reporting these heinous assaults, Wilson did not receive any disciplinary reports.
The Williams family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the Alabama Department of Corrections and several officials, including the wardens of Staten Correctional Facility and the ADOC Commissioner. Please join us in praying that the family finally find peace from justice. Share this video to raise awareness of the failures within the prison system.